Narrator, calm, engaging voice. In the heart of a small village nestled between the red hills of eastern Africa lived a woman whose spirit roared louder than thunder. Her name was Mama Nia. To the world she was just a mother, but to her children, her village, and everyone who crossed her path, Mama Nia was a force of nature. She wasn't born with riches. She had no jewels, no title, no land in her name. But what Mama Nia did have was something far more powerful: love, wisdom, and a fire that refused to be extinguished. Let me take you into her world. Mama Nia raised 5 children after her husband passed, when their youngest, Achieng, was just a baby. It was a cruel blow, sudden and unforgiving. But grief never stopped her. She woke before the rooster, tied her headscarf, and stepped into each day like a warrior going to battle. Her hands tilled the land, her feet walked miles to fetch water, and her voice, though soft, carried the weight of 1,000 prayers. Mama Nia, voiceover, soft and wise. When life pushes you down, child, you rise with dust on your feet and hope in your eyes. Pause, sounds of village life. Chickens, kids playing. Each child had a dream. Otieno wanted to be a doctor. Achieng loved stories. She dreamed of becoming a writer. And little Baraka, the quiet one, used to stare at the stars and whisper, "Mama, one day I will fly." Now many laughed. They said, "How can a widow raise dreamers in a place where survival is already a dream?" But Mama Nia, she never laughed. She listened, and then she worked. By day, she sold vegetables at the market. By night, she sewed clothes by candlelight. When others rested, she planned. When others doubted, she believed. And every night, after tucking the children into bed, she would whisper, "Mama Nia," voiceover, "sleep well, my stars. One day, you'll shine across the sky." One year, a great drought swept the land. Crops died. Rivers shriveled into cracked earth. People packed their things and left. But not Mama Nia. She stood under the sun, sweat on her brow, and planted seeds in dry soil. People mocked her. "Foolish woman," they said, "nothing grows here anymore." But Mama Nia smiled, eyes steady. Mama Nia, calm but firm. Faith is planting seeds even when the sky forgets to rain, signaling time passing. Months later, when the first drops of rain finally kissed the earth, something beautiful happened. Tiny green sprouts rose from the soil like miracles. While others had given up, her family ate from her garden. Her children smiled, and her story spread. Years passed. One by one, her children left the village, not out of escape, but pursuit. Otieno earned a scholarship and became the village's first doctor. Achieng's stories were printed in national newspapers. And Baraka? Oh, Baraka became a pilot. He flew above the clouds he once stared at as a boy. But no matter how far they went, they always returned to her, to Mama Nia. Not just because of the food, though her ugali and stew were legendary, but because her home was where dreams were born. One day, a journalist came from the city. She had heard whispers of this mother who defied odds, who raised a generation of achievers with nothing but bare hands and a brave heart. She asked Mama Nia, "What's your secret?" And Mama Nia, with her eyes crinkling and her hands dusted in flour, said, "Mama Nia," smiling. "Love, child, that's the secret. Not the kind that's easy, but the kind that wakes you at 4 a.m. and keeps you working long after your back aches. That love builds empires, even if they start in mud huts." Today, Mama Nia's story is told in schools, in villages, in cities. Not because she won awards or became rich, but because she reminded us of something we often forget: that greatness doesn't always roar. Sometimes, it whispers in the quiet strength of a mother who refuses to give up. So, if you're watching this, and you have a mama like Nia, or you are someone like her, know this: Your story matters. Your sacrifices are seeds. And one day, the world will eat from the garden you planted with your pain, your hope, and your unshakable love. This was the story of Mama Nia, an African mother whose strength changed everything. If you were moved by her story, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to Movie Storytime, where the soul of Africa comes alive through every tale.